The Hopi creation story. In the beginning, there was only Taiwa, the creator. All else was endless space. All matter, form, and life existed only in the mind of Taiwa. He made a nephew, Sotuknang, to be his agent of creation in the universe. Sotuknang formed 9 realms, 1 for Taiwa, 1 for himself, and 7 for future life to come. He went down to what would become the first world, and shaped its lands, waters, and air. When the world was ready, Taiwa said,
"Now give it life and movement."
Sotuknang took earth and clay and formed Spider-Woman.
I bestow unto you the power to create life.
Spider-Woman mixed earth and saliva to make 2 twin spirits, Pokanghoya and Palongahoya. She sent one to solidify the new world and the other to set it vibrating with sound, so the whole world would move in harmony with the Creator. Soon the whole earth hummed in the tune of Taiwa. When they had finished, the twins were sent to the poles to keep the world in balance. Spider-Woman then created plants and trees, and finally, human beings. She molded figures from clay in the image of Sotuknang, yellow, red, white, and black, corresponding to the 4 races of humankind. She then made a female counterpart for each one, and together they became the first people. These first people lived in harmony with nature, the animals, and each other, in line with the way of Taiwa. There was no hunger, no sickness, and no war. But one day a bird and a snake came among them, and sowed jealousy and distrust amongst the people. They turned against one another and forgot the ways of the Creator. They became untrusting and began to wage war. Sotuknang determined this world must be destroyed and begin anew. He spoke to those who could still hear him and said,
"This world will be destroyed. Follow my signs to safety."
After a long journey, Sotuknang appeared before them with a message.
Go, my people, and seek refuge with the ant people. They will shelter you in times of great need.
Sotuknang released the volcanoes of the world and rained fire down upon it. The first world perished in flames. Beneath the earth, the ant people cared for the survivors and generously shared their food, tightening their belts each day, which the Hopi say is why ants have such thin waists. When the earth had finally cooled, Sotuknang set about creating the second world. The people emerged from the anthills, spread out, and multiplied. They built villages and roads and began to trade. But as they prospered, greed and materialism grew. They forgot the Creator and lived out of harmony once again. Sotuknang determined this world must also be destroyed. He commanded the twin guardians of the poles to leave their posts, and immediately the world spun into chaos. Oceans flooded the lands, storms raged, and the world froze over into a great snowball. For those who remained faithful, they were told once more to take refuge with the ant people, who again shared their food and sheltered them beneath the frozen surface. When the earth thawed, Sotuknang created the third world. The people emerged from the anthills and thrived. They multiplied in great numbers. They built villages, then cities, nations, and a whole civilization. Some remembered the lessons of the past, but many did not. people fell again into corruption, living for the pleasures of the flesh instead of the spirit. The ones who remembered grew worried. They were especially concerned about so many people using their flesh in wicked ways. There was one woman who was becoming known throughout the world for her wickedness in corrupting so many people.
Gentlemen, what brings you to my door so late? Could it be you're seeking something irresistible?
She even boasted,
I've got so many necklaces from men for my favors, they could reach to the end of the world.
others were using technology for evil. One group built flying devices to attack neighboring cities from the sky. Soon, all nations were airborne, and the world fell into war and chaos. Sotuknong saw that again the world had fallen. He came to Spider-Woman and said,
Go and cut reeds for the chosen. Then await my command.
She gave food and water to each person, then sealed them inside a reed. He then unleashed the waters upon the earth. Waves higher than mountains swept over the land. Continents broke apart and sank beneath the seas. The people were tossed with the waves, but bobbed and floated safely inside their reeds. They floated for a long time until finally reaching a small patch of land. They stood on what was a mountain peak, and when they looked out, saw nothing but endless water in all directions. They fashioned their reeds into boats, and Spider-Woman guided them to a new land, the Fourth World. When they reached the middle of this new land, Sotuknong appeared to them and said,
Separate and go different ways. Each group of you will follow your own star until it stops.
and so the people parted ways. The Hopi remained in this central place to keep and remember the divine plan of the Creator.